Okay, now we're going to go to some low back and hip stretches. We're going to start with some really gentle stretches to open up the low part of our spine called our lumbar spine. So most of these stretches can be done on a yoga mat or on the floor. If you've got difficulty getting on and off the floor, these can be done in bed. They're best to do it before you get out of bed in the morning. If you've got any lower lumbar disc problems or disc problems in your neck, you may want to just check with me first before you do some of these to make sure they're safe for you. Jess is going to bring her knees up to her chest and hug them in using your hands. So a really nice tight hug. After doing this for a few seconds, you may want to just rock gently from side to side first, just to feel the low back flatten against the floor. You could do this for as long as you want. When we feel that we need to go a bit further, what we're going to do is take the knees and just do little circles all the way around. Just feel the back and the hips open up, nice and gently. Just feel each vertebra moving and stretching and feeling a little bit more comfortable. Right, we're going to go into a slightly bigger stretch now. We're going to place the feet onto the mat and we're going to take up the right knee. So we're going to hold and hug that right knee into our chest, really giving it a good squeeze. And you can spend as long as you want in this position, 30 seconds, a minute, just feeling like you're doing a really good hip squeeze. Now be careful, if you've had a hip replacement, this may not be the best exercise. You want to take your hip down a little bit just to get a gentle stretch. When we feel we've had a good stretch in that position, we're going to keep that knee up to our chest. And we're going to take the left leg and we're going to extend it down to just feel that stretch coming up a little bit further with that right knee. We're going to repeat that on each side. Right, now we're moving into some really good stretches to open up the lumbar spine and the middle of your thoracic spine, to the mid part of your back. We're going to start by bringing our arms out to the side to make a T. Then we're going to bring our knees up to our chest at about right angles. We're going to go over with our knees to the right side. So that's pretty good. You can see Yasmin can go over to that right side really well. If you're struggling to get even halfway there, don't worry, get some cushions and just rest those knees on some cushions. Now we want to take our head over to the left side of our body, so we're opening up that left side of the thoracic spine, the mid-back, and of that lumbar spine. We want to stay in this position for a while. We want like a minute or 2 minutes in that position until we really feel the benefit of that stretch. When we're ready, we're going to go over to the other side, but before you do that, you pick up your knees and you bring them back into the center. You place your feet on the mat and you just pick up your hips a little bit and back down again. And then we're going to bring our knees back up into our chest and we're going to go over to the left side as far as we can. We won't use the cushion now, we'll just show you how much Yasmin can do, which is great stretch. I want you to look over to your right arm, so open up that right side of your mid-back and your lumbar spine and just stay in that position for as long as comfortable. Okay, we're going to go on to cat camel now, which is one that's really familiar with a lot of my patients. This one you need to do on all fours. So as you see what Yasmin's doing, she's boxing in here, knees straight, hip width apart, arms, hands underneath her shoulders, and she's going to move into the cat first, which is when she's going to arch her back down as far as she can and looking up at the front just a little bit so you can feel the nice opening up here of the lumbar spine and a little bit of stretch in that neck. After you've held that for a few seconds, maybe take a few nice breaths in and out. And then we're going to come up into a camel. So up and arching that breath. Now a lot of people like to do that on the breath out. That lovely camel arch here, which is again a great stretch, and just putting that head down a little bit more. Fantastic. Let's do a couple of rounds of those, Yasmin. Back into cat again. See the arching of the back, and just do it slowly. Feel those vertebrae moving. And then push up through your shoulders and your low back into your camel. Head down again. Fantastic. And when you've repeated a few rounds of these, try 8 to 10. What you can do, which is a lovely back opener, is to slide your buttocks back down onto your feet, tuck your head in and get a lovely low back stretch. And hold there for as long as you want.